place is a big question, because what's place? What is home? Is home where you're born? Is home where you live? Is home where you're welcome? Many places, even where you're from, could not be home, or it could not be welcoming to you. So people move. My name is Silvana Cardell. I'm a choreographer. I'm the director of Cardell Dance Theater.
My name is Eugenio Salas, and I'm an artist, and my practice focuses on process-based experimentation.
I'm Kalila Jones. I'm 24 years old, and I'm a textile artist from Philadelphia.
My name is Hagudeza Rullán-Fantauzzi, and I'm an interdisciplinary artist and filmmaker.
My name's Marta Sánchez. I'm a painter, printmaker, and a Chicana activist.
My name is Kukuli, Velarde. I am an artist, and I am a painter, and I am a ceramic sculptor.
My name is Iliana, Pagán-Teitelbaum, and I'm a Puerto Rican filmmaker.
My name is Miguel Antonio Horn. I'm a visual artist from Philadelphia.
My name is Symone Salib, and I am a muralist, a street artist, and a trauma-informed educator.
I am Henry Bermudez. I am an artist. I'm living here in Philadelphia for the last 20 years.
My name is Liliana Pérez, and I'm a painter and artist, and I live in Philadelphia.
I am Linette Messina Martinez. I am a textile artist and photographer here in Philadelphia.
The work of the show is titled Communal Griddle, Composition Number 3, Italian Market. It starts with a photograph, and the photograph is Los Lobos founder Luis Uribe and the children who are part of the community of Los Lobos. Los Lobos is a soccer league mainly for immigrant children. This photograph was originally initiated by a collaborator that we were doing a project for WHYY to map Latinx populations in Philadelphia that uses the 47 bus. The idea was to set a record of the present history of the Mexicans in the Italian market. It was founded by immigrants when Italians were immigrants, and the populations have changed, and now it's mainly populated by Mexicans. So the idea was to honor that, the history of the presence of Mexicans at the market. It was set up as a photo shoot, but I see it more as a performance. It's a window of a community group or a reality that it's part of South Philadelphia.
In the show, I have two works. The first one is Little Kalila. It's mainly knit and crochet. And my other piece is titled Burbazor, and similarly, this piece uses knit as well as recycled denim, googly eyes, and other fun materials. The two works that I have in the show are two different ways that I've been working at world building in recent years. I like to call the creatures that I make burbs, and so the piece Burbazor is like a sort of mythical creature, perhaps from a prehistoric time. It's very large. It's just of a totally imagined world, whereas Little Kalila is a little bit closer to reality and just kind of a doll that reflects me and my fashion sensibilities, and I think the most authentic form of myself and who I could be when I put an outfit on in the morning. And they're just ways that I reflect this need to find comfort through escape so that I can be more grounded in the reality of the life that I live.
The work that I decided to show in the group exhibition is titled Worn Paths. It's a sculpture comprised of wood, found shoes, and chicken wire. For me, this work signifies the way that society keeps history from us and how it's important for us to look back at the people who fought for us to have the rights that we have today. As a trans person, for me, growing up, I didn't feel comfortable showing up or felt like I was brave enough to present as my true self. But when you take the time to look back and see that society has kept history and a past of people who are just like you, that's what I wanted to present with this work. So with this work, the purpose was really to help people see that we need to look at our past to inform our future, and how community and the way that our ancestors and the people before us who had the bravery and courage to fight, how we can learn from them to inform how we move forward during these times.
The work that I have in the gallery consists of 2 paintings. They both kind of share my concerns about the environment today and how it affects the people that I love. When I first started working on Murmurs, I first started reflecting on myself and how I could be better as taking care of myself in a way that was healthy, that was mindful, these things that could enhance my life as opposed to some of my destructive habits. As I continued working on that painting, I started thinking about it expanding to the world and how we all can do something about our life choices. All these little things that we have come accustomed to and that we can change if we were more mindful. So it's a constant kind of thought of how we have to change, whether it's myself or whether it's society, to help our planet and to help our families and to help the loving community at large. When I was working on the retablo of yesterday and today, I was thinking about all the various environmental signs that are destructing our planet. As an activist or a Chicana activist, you would think that I would just be talking about the Latina, community, but I think it's all linked to the way we as Latinos think or feel. We have compassion for everyone. I think of my work as a form of documentation. I think most of my work has to create a record of what I see. I really think about our future and what we have to do to make it a better world.
In this exhibition, I have a painting, my last painting. The title is I Speak Spanish, Yo Hablo Inglés. This painting has 7 aluminum panels, and it's about immigration. Many are told in their countries of origin that this is the place where they can make it, where they can be whatever they want. Yo hablo inglés, I speak Spanish, is reflecting on what it means to be an immigrant in this country, and I think that is extremely important at this moment to continue the conversation of the rights that everybody has to follow a dream, and the rights that they have to raise their children in peace.
This work was developed during a residency that I did last year with Monument Lab. There's two pieces. It's kind of a diptych. There's a sculpture that is a replica of the Statue of Liberty's torch, and there are prints on the wall beside it that are depicting the torch kind of in a state of falling, that are supported by the hands of young kids that are grasping to support it. The residency was to create a prototype monument for a community or neighborhood of our choosing. So in looking at the history of the neighborhood, I saw that the Statue of Liberty was first exhibited as a prototype monument itself during the Centennial Exhibition. The arm and the torch of the Statue of Liberty were displayed because it wasn't finished yet. So they sent it ahead as kind of like a what's to come. So I thought that was really interesting because it was, it's probably one of the most famous statues, and here this was exhibited, in that neighborhood. And so this work, tries to capture that moment, tries to capture that energy around, this group of, young children supporting this image of the Statue of Liberty's torch. And I thought that was a beautiful kind of way to think about carrying that light forward and bearing the responsibility of liberty and our freedoms.
When my wondrous tree was felled, after reaching towards earth and heavens for 10 decades, I held their quivering, heart-shaped leaves, soft white fuzz on sunny green, and asked forgiveness for human recklessness, for not being able to save you. When I became disabled with long COVID, there was a huge mulberry tree that accompanied me in my new bed life. The tree was my sanctuary, but it was ordered cut. My film Mulberry Tree reflects the relationship between a 100-year-old tree and the sick migrant woman to understand their love, their common histories, and their reciprocity.
The work that I have in the show, Shifting Realities, I made 3 pieces that are inspired by my street artwork, the work that I put into the public space and within the street art world is often made of butcher paper, and I usually wheat paste them up in the public. The pieces in the show, they are like kind of a rendition of that, but the same style, which often include a portrait of one person and then words accompanied to the left side or the right side of the piece. Like an acrostic poem, they're usually really concise, they're really short, and very punchy. Like I don't want people to have to take a lot of time to be able to read something, to have a moment of introspective. After reading what the show was about, it felt very natural that a lot of the work that I've made throughout the past 7 years or so would fit into it. But I think with our political climate and what is happening in our world, I was like, I think I'm gonna make 3 new pieces to be in it. I would love to make something that is happening in contemporary time and that reflects how I'm feeling. So the pieces that I made, they are their own individual pieces, but I think all 3 of them speak to a sentiment of this overwhelming feeling that I think a lot of us are experiencing in this moment. I have the opportunity to be almost like a tool to be able to share a world with folks. And if that looks like celebrating our differences or sharing something honest about who we are as people, I think it gives people a moment to like reconnect and be like, regardless how different this person is from me, I can hear what they're saying. And I think that is like how we like create change and how we open people's eyes. Because at the end of the day, we're all just people.
The painting that I have in this collection is called the Second Amendment. It's related with the situation that we have in the United States with the gun out of control. The roses is a symbol of love, mostly. Everybody knows what has been a red rose. it's a very universal meaning, no? Speak to anybody, anywhere in the world. So I use the rose as a symbol of sometimes sadness, another freedoms, love. We face this crazy situation with the mass murders and all of this violence. This work, Second Amendment, is in base at that situation. The emotions that came from the fears and uncertainties that we are living now.
The work that I have in the show is called Supper, People on the Move. The piece is about immigration and is addressing sense of home. I'm the daughter of immigrants from Spain. I'm always looking for that sense of home because that was in my household in Argentina where I was born, and I kept looking for home everywhere. The clip is the moment of transpassing. I collected stories of different immigrants across the border, and the piece is a repetitive action where the dancers are falling and jumping. I think it takes the essence of the moment of taking a leap of faith, moving into another place where you have hopes for more in your life. The piece is specifically talking about the moment of moving away the familiar and walking in the unfamiliar.
The work in the gallery is called Back in Cuba, and I chose it because the piece represents an individual taking a personal stance against the dictatorship. And it was my mother who did that, and it's part of my life and comes into dreams, and I make paintings from those moments. The piece came about from just this dream that keeps recurring. It just keeps coming back, and the theme is about being sincere and honest about what you make and standing up for something that really matters to you. The experience is quite deep. I was a child, so there's a lot that comes from that memory and revisiting that moment. When you look at the painting, a lot of individuals think that it's a coffin with a flag over it, or then slowly they realize it's a sofa with a flag over it. And I really think that we live in a very tricky time, and our perceptions and our realities are constantly being bombarded and smashed. This painting is about today because we, as individuals and as artists, have to stand up for something that really is not seen in a normal way. We have to take a stand on what really matters, and I think this painting helps me to understand that.
The work that's in this amazing show is called Threads of Sicilian Passage. It was a commission piece for the Philadelphia airport. I made it shortly after my father's passing in August of 2022, but it was also processing the end of a marriage, moving on, just rediscovering my autonomy and joy, and working on this piece with my hands and crochet and with photography, which is another passion of mine. It just made sense. So I put it together starting as a photo collage, and I was able to create this image drawing with yarn. The thought of it being outside, it provides access to everyone. Anyone that can be outside can view my work. And that's what I love about public art. It transforms a place or it can add to a space. I prefer my pieces to be outside rather than inside, for it to be viewed, critiqued, whatever folks get out of it.
For me, I find place in community and the people who have accepted me for who I am. And I think it's really important to build a community of people that uplift you and see you for who you are.